What's up guys, Swifty here, and today I'm going to be talking about nail bombs, from throwing bombs to placing bombs down, countering bombs, and all of that good little stuff, alright, especially, and some testing out some common misconceptions that are in this gameplay. Now, before I get started, look at this, it's beautiful. You want to be throwing bombs when there's some multiple enemies around. Now let's talk about throwing bombs and get into more detail. When you throw a bomb, what you want to make sure is that the bomb lands behind your opponent, because that will break off their armor and down them, right? So it does do more damage when it lands behind. As you can see, it landed in front here and it barely did any damage at all. Alright, so make sure the bomb lands behind me. Here I did not have explosive expert on, as you can see, and I'm gonna chuck a bomb. Notice how I chuck it at his feet, because a bomb does roll backwards, and boom goes the dynamite and his armor breaks and he is down without explosive expert. So the greatest idea is to throw the bomb when they're distracted. Really good, because it is a lot easier to dodge bombs in open space. So just be aware of that, guys. In open space it's a lot easier to dodge bombs, and a lot of times your bombs can be misses, but you know, they may distract your opponent long enough for you to shoot them down. Now let's talk about dodging bombs. One way to dodge bombs is to just run behind another object like a wall or boxes will do the trick. Alright, you can also shoot bombs, but there's a common misconception that says that you can shoot bombs out of a player's hand, which, as you can see right here, does not happen. What actually happens is a player throws their bomb, right? And as soon as it leaves their hand, that's when you can shoot it. As soon as it leaves their hand, and it's a rare feat to pull off, but if you do, it's really an awesome feeling. And the easiest way to blow off bombs midair is with a flamethrower or a Molotov, as you can see. But be careful, guys, because if you guys do that, it may end up killing you or even downing you, so be careful of that. So let's talk about shooting bombs down that are on the ground. The easiest way is obviously the revolver, but many people that have burst rifle will switch over to their revolver to blow up a bomb because they think it's conserving bullets. But there's a way to blow up bombs with only one bullet with the burst rifle, and that is right here. As you can see, I'm only shooting one bullet at a time. The way you do this is you press L1 and you hold on to it. Then you want to quickly tap R1 and then let go of the L1 button. So in this scenario, once again, only one bullet used. Alright, so let's look at that again. There's a bomb in front of me. I'll aim at it holding L1 down and tap R1 and then let go of the L1 button really quickly, and only one bullet used up. Now let's get into the other phase, that is, let's say if you see an enemy coming by. So what you want to do is just wait for the enemy to come over and then boom, blow him up, send him to the graveyard. Next, never ever stand beside your own bomb or your teammate's bomb, because that's generally a very bad idea. Here my enemy is camping with besides two of his bombs, right? So that's a terrible idea. Throw a bomb and my bomb's gonna blow up his bombs and he is dead. So not a very good idea on his part. Avoid standing beside your own or your teammate's bomb, because that's asking for a one-way ticket to hell against good players. Alright, now let's move on to the other aspect of this video, and that is pretty much throwing bombs tactically. Here I'll bank a bomb right off this table and boom. Now the reason you want to bank a bomb off a table is because it is a lot harder to dodge, and you can lure players out of hiding like in this scenario, and I can move in for the kill. Now a lot of times what will actually happen is you'll throw a bomb and they won't be able to escape and you will get it down, and this is because the timer starts early and they don't have much time to react. Now let's talk about bank and boom. This is when you hit the bomb off the ceiling. A lot of Uncharted players should know about this. Alright, boom, right off the ceiling. As you can see, it's a lot harder to dodge and it can get a lot of veteran players. There are window sills, ceilings, walls, pretty much everywhere in Last of Us maps, and use that, guys, because get creative with your bomb throws, because it can be done pretty much anywhere, and that is the most effective way, in my opinion, to throw bombs, because a lot of times players would not see that coming. Finally, you can combine nail bombs with a smoke bomb to ensure that your bomb hits the other player. Okay, now let's move on to placing bombs. Placing bombs is a little bit tricky. And for example, a lot of players would place a bomb like that. Near supply boxes, bad idea. Do not place bombs near supply boxes, beside supply boxes, or inside supply boxes. A good player will not fall for them. Again, corner bombs, easy to blow up, bad idea. You want to have your bombs hidden. That is key, guys. Bombs need to be hidden against good players. Look at this. Over here I go down, but guess what? My teammates are right by and I'm gonna get revived. So again, that's a waste of a bomb, so be careful, because a lot of times you can end up wasting bombs. On the river, when it comes to dam, do not place bombs in the river. It will not down your opponent pretty much 99 out of 100 times. I don't think I've ever seen a player go down from a river bomb. So when do you want to place bombs? You want to never ever place bombs when the other team is in sudden death or they're losing heavily, because that's when they're playing extremely cautious and sticking together as a team. Won't work out. But do place bombs when you're losing, because that's when the other team gets overconfident, and that's when they will fall for your bombs the most. Alright, Survivor, definitely a bad idea. Okay, moving on to last man standing. Last man standing is a great time to place bombs because a lot of times the other team will get aggressive. I've even seen good players that get super aggressive in last man standing, and that's when you can get multiple bomb downs, especially if you're placing 2 bombs together, because dual bombs will finish them off. However, if you place bad dual bombs, you're wasting 2 bombs at once, so that is the downside of it. So if you're going to be placing dual bombs, you want to make sure they're very well hidden. Now the bombs I'm going to show you guys right now are decent bombs at best. These are not great bombs. A lot of players think they're the great bombs, but they're not great bombs at all. These bombs will get maybe newer or maybe like average players at best, but generally most good players or most great players would not fall for these bombs at all. So don't bother when you're playing against a competitive team. Alright, now look at this bomb right here. The reason this bomb is very good is it's far away from the supply box. There's something I did not expect at all, and that's what you want to go for. Go for the bombs that are not very popular, you won't see it often enough. Burned house, another great example right here. Every single game at least one player goes up in the area, and the only way to blow up this bomb is to pretty much trip it, or you throw your own Molotov or your bomb to trip it. And by placing this bomb, I've prevented access to this area, or if they go there they will lose their armor or they will get down. So the purpose of the bomb pretty well served. And yeah, look at this, dual bombs in the bush on checkpoint. That's also another great place. Another great place is sniper tower or hometown. Boom goes the dynamite. You can't blow that bomb up either. So a good bomb is a bomb that's very well hidden and cannot be blown up easily at all. Okay, if a bomb can be blown up easily, then it's not a good bomb. Alright, check out this bomb near the supply box. Now this one is right inside the wall and you could barely see it. You could mark it, you could blow it up, but you can barely see it. And this bomb will get players all the freaking time. It's amazing how many times this bomb will get players, especially during mid game when players start rushing more often. They're not being very careful, and that's when you will get the most. Like, imagine a battle going on the other side of the map, a player spawns here, he rushes to the supply box and he is dead. Now talking about spawn bombs, always check for spawn bombs guys when you spawn in, because there could be bombs and you can die. So check for spawn bombs every time you spawn. Now let's move on. Now in this clip what you'll see is I'm getting punched, so what I'll do is put a bomb down real quick and then bail. And check this out, boom, there goes 2 of them. I'm down, but that's okay. Now this tactic won't work against good players. As you saw right here, I just jump out the way because I saw that coming. Once again, I jump over, the bomb blows up and the guy is dead. Right, so suicide. Ouch, not a good sign. Now placing bombs on stairs, great idea, because the bombs do roll down on the stairs or on the ramps like this, and it can throw off a lot of players. To avoid those bombs, you're supposed to run past them pretty much. If you run backwards, those bombs are gonna hit you and you're screwed. So these are very tricky bombs, and you can get a lot of players doing this, especially if you're at the top and shooting them down, distracting them even more. So those bombs are great. Alright, and finally let's move on to interrogation. For interrogation, you wanna be saving your nail bombs for the lockbox phase. Do not use your nail bombs in interrogation phase, just because I feel like that's a waste. So for example, look at this. Now these guys place too many defensive nail bombs near the lockbox. Bad idea. You only want to have maybe 2 or 3. If you have access and you're defending, just hold on to them, and just hold on to them guys. You don't have to like put down all the bombs you have, right? Offensively, you can cover up your enemy location with bombs all over the place, so that when your enemy does spawn in trying to stop you, they will get stopped very easily by nail bombs. Alright, so great little strategic moves. And finally, let's move on to the final thoughts, and that is, I would prefer that you craft a nail board over a nail bomb, just because I feel like a nail board is a lot more effective. And this way, and you want to save your scissors to when you get a nail board. So a lot of players will craft 2 nail bombs at the beginning and then they won't have scissors for a nail board. So save your scissors for a nail board, unless you already have one, then you can craft a bomb. But generally I prefer nail board over nail bomb, just because it's a lot more effective and has a higher chance of success. And finally, I didn't talk about this, but defensive nail bombs is when a player goes down on your team or you're being charged, run in by a lot of players. You can just throw a bomb in that direction to kind of halt them. It's giving you a way out or giving you a chance to revive. And that's about it for this video guys. Thanks for watching. I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Comment, share and subscribe. Peace out.